French master patissier Eric Lanlard has changed the face of British patisserie, earning himself a reputation for not only awe-inspiring cakes, but for a clientele that boasts the likes of Madonna, Elton John, and the Beckhams.
One of my competitors was on television the other day and just said, "We do cake for celebrities." And I said, "We do cake for everybody, including celebrities."
For the first time, he's going to share his tricks of the trade. This isn't just about puddings, it's about Glamour Puds. To the wind and the diet out of the window. And at times like these, only an obscenely decadent dessert will do. In this edition of Glamour Puds, top patissier Eric Lanlard shows how to live the high life without breaking the bank. Coming up, tantalise your taste buds with a Boozy trifle that's guaranteed to egg your nog. Eric's up and away when he takes a decadent weekend break. Plus, it'll be music to your taste buds. Chocolate mousse, meringue and coffee cream come together to make Symphony.
Sometimes you just want to push the boat out to impress your guest or even to treat yourself. And you can do that with pastries, but just using amazing ingredients. And that's what I'm going to do with this traditional truffle revisited at Lanlard. So to start to do that, we're going to mix some fresh berries with some icing sugar. I got a mixture of strawberries, raspberries, and blueberries. Closer to Christmas, you can even add maybe some cranberries to it to give a bit of zest. So we're just going to mix them together gently. And to that as well, I'm going to add some orange alcohol or orange liquor. So we just want the sugar to dissolve properly and to coat our berries. Here I got some amaretti biscuits, the soft one, not the crunchy one, not the macaron ones. And this is the bowl I'm going to use to build the truffle. So I'm putting 3 macarons on the bottom like that. And I'm going to prepare the cream. Mascarpone cheese mixed with a bit of custard sugar. And I'm just going to mix them together gently. I mean, it's much better to have it done in advance. You can sit in the fridge, all the fruit and all the flavors set up together. But I won't do it the day before, because it will go all soggy, the macaron will suck all the juice, and it's perfect. So, get my bowl back here. And here I got some red berry compote. You can get some bought in if you want to, or you can make your own one, but just reducing fresh berries with a bit of sugar on the stove and let it cool down. So just covering the biscuits. What we want to do really is to see the layers. Gonna get the berries. So you're gonna get the flavors of the orange, the amaretti biscuits, and there's more to come. I mean, this is pure indulgence, really, But whipped cream would be perfect. Okay, that's perfect. Get to the nice layers. So I'm going to put that in the fridge, and we're going to make the custard for the top, special custard.
Place egg yolks in a bowl and whisk thoroughly. Add sugar and flour. Whisk until pale. Then add warmed milk. Return the mixture to the pan. Stir until the custard has thickened.
Here we are, our custard or crème pâtissière is cooled down now, so we can finish our trifle. So I'm going to add to it the secret ingredient, very 70s eggnog to it. I'm just going to mix it. And a bit of vanilla extract. And I do say extract, not essence or flavoring, horrible thing. It's perfect. And we're just gonna spoon it. We don't want to put too much, just to cover the cream. And I got some spare amaretti biscuit, and I'm just going to crumble them in little pieces on the top. Yes. And some spare berries. Final touch of icing sugar. Here we are, a trifle with a difference. Eggnog Trifle, pure luxury.
Sometimes you just want to live a little, no matter what the cost. And for Eric, there's only one way to go, and that's up, up and away for a weekend of decadent self-indulgence. Where better to self-indulge than a grand, stately home set in the heart of the Berkshire countryside. The first house was built in 1666 by the second Duke of Buckingham. It's played host to virtually every British monarch since George I and has been home to 3 dukes, an earl and Frederick, Prince of Wales. In 1893, the house became the home of William Waldorf Astor. William's legacy at Cliveden was more architectural than social. He let loose his artistic taste all over the house and grounds, most famously for importing every facet of a Louis XV wood-panelled room from the Chateau d'Anières near Paris. Where better to kick back and relax and forget all about cake making? Or so you'd think. Coming up, Eric might be on a weekend break, but he can't resist a visit to the hotel's Michelin-starred kitchen. The ultimate indulgent dessert that combines chocolate mousse, meringue and coffee cream. It's one symphony that will have your guests screaming for more. Glamour Puds continues to be decadent after this.
I'm tongue-tied when you're around. I'm tongue-tied when you're around.
This edition of Glamour Puds is truly decadent. Because let's face it, sometimes you just want to forget about counting calories and splurge. Whether it's a spot of self-indulgent or the ultimate in decadent desserts for a dinner party, top patissier Eric Lanlard knows what to serve. Still ahead, Symphony, a show-stopping taste explosion of chocolate mousse, meringue and coffee cream. Before the break, we followed Eric to a stately home in the heart of the Berkshire countryside. He's supposed to be there for a weekend break, 2 days of rest, relaxation and unadulterated luxury. Which begs the question, why has he ended up in the kitchen?
You know, I had 2 wonderful days here at Cliveden, but the weather is glorious outside. I'm going to organize for myself, just for me, the final straw, a lovely picnic at the river cottage. And I'm going to cook myself some lovely macarons, my final treat.
Take some icing sugar and pass through a sieve along with some ground almonds and cocoa powder. Separate eggs and whisk the whites.
So that's the first important part really of the recipe. You need to have your egg white very stiff. And the second part is when we're going to incorporate our dry mixture to it. We're going to have to almost over mix it to get the right texture to pipe them so they don't crack, they just get very shiny on the top.
Add sugar until stiff peaks are formed.
And that's the best way to find out if your egg white is stiff enough. Is you can try over your head if you want to, but I'm not that brave.
Add the sifted ingredients and fold into the egg whites carefully until nice and glossy.
So I'm just going to pipe them like the size of a coin, really. Right, so our macaron's been resting for 5-10 minutes. So they started to crust on the top, what we call in French croûter, with like, the crust. And they're going to go to an oven of 180. I'm going to leave the door ajar just a little bit open, just to let the steam go out. And what we want to achieve really is to have a lovely crunchy macaron, but chewy on the inside.
For the macaron filling, take some butter, caster sugar, whisk together with melted white chocolate, and add chopped pistachios and combine.
Ooh, look at those. They're just perfect. And a little tip of mine, as soon as they come out of the oven, just lift your paper and just put a little bit of water between the baking sheet and the hot trays. And you can see they should just lift off from the paper perfectly with a nice base, and they're still hot, but I can see they're chewy inside. Perfect.
To finish, sandwich together the 2 macaroons with the pistachio filling.
We go, my macaroons. So I'm just going to do the final chefy bits, if I'm going to serve them to my friends. So just a bit of dusting on the side of a plate. And here we are, my chocolate macaroons with a white chocolate and pistachio cream. Wait for this one. I call it Symphony. It's a full performance of texture and taste, crunchiness from the meringue, a mixture of chocolate and beautiful coffee cream. So we're going to start by making our hazelnut meringue. So I got some icing sugar here, and I'm going to sieve it with some ground almond. We want something quite smooth, and sometimes when you get your ground almond, you got some little bits and pieces inside. So I'm just going to pass it through. And actually, we're going to make a meringue Italienne. That's good enough. And here I got some roasted hazelnut, which has been chopped roughly. I'm just going to mix them together gently. So that's ready. So now to our meringue. So egg white in a very clean bowl. And we're just going to zap them up. And now I'm pouring the hot sugar syrup as I'm still mixing.
To make the sugar syrup, dissolve caster sugar in boiling water. Reduce till you get the desired consistency.
So you can see it's nice and stiff. And we're just going to fold gently our nutty and sugar You need to really lift it gently with it. That's perfect. I'm going to use a piping bag. And we need to pipe a disc of meringue a bit smaller than the size of your ring you're using. So that's the ring we're going to use to build our cake later on. And remember, the meringue will extend a bit in the oven as well, so leave quite a good gap in between. And I'm starting from the center. I'm just piping around like this. That's it. And you can use the rest to make mini ones. You can use them as biscuits or something later on, because they do keep very well. And that's going to go in the oven.
Bake the meringue for 2 to 3 hours at 100 degrees. Now for the coffee cream. Whisk the egg whites to stiff peaks, pour double cream into a pan, and add the instant coffee to the cream and stir. Pour the coffee cream over the butter and mix thoroughly. Add the chopped and roasted hazelnuts and mix well. Add the whisked egg whites. Spread the mixture over the meringue base and refrigerate for a few hours.
Right, let's make our chocolate mousse. So to do that, we're going to start by making a pâte à bone. Pâte à bone is actually a mixture of egg yolk. We're going to be whipped very fast in a mixer. And we're going to pour a mixture of sugar and water, like a light syrup, but that's boiling hot. It's going to cook our egg yolks and it's going to all fluff up. So put the mixer on full speed. And that's ready. And you can see how light and fluffy it will become. So I got some dark chocolate here, which has been melted already. I just zapped it in the microwave, which is actually the easiest way to melt it. And I got some just a bit of cream. It's just to loose up really the chocolate, just to make it very fluid, because I don't want to lose all the fluffiness of our pâte à bone. We're just going to mix them together. And I'm going to add it to our pâte à bone.
Stir the chocolate into the pâte à bone. Add whipped cream and whisk to combine.
That's it, no more. So we just need to top our cake. You can see the coffee cream is actually starting to set. And I'm just going to fill right to the top. And smooth it up with a palette knife. That's it. That's ready to go in the fridge again to set till we decorate it.
Next, make the ganache. Pour some milk into a pan. Add the cocoa butter and chocolate. Stir until melted.
Final phase of our cake. We're almost there. We're almost there. It will be worth all the trouble. Lift the cake, which is set now, and with the blowtorch, we're just gonna loose the ring around. That should do the trick. this and gently lift it on your serving plate. So we're just gonna pour it over. With a palette knife, I'm just gonna push it on the side. And I got some chocolate decoration here. I mean, you can use anything, you know, that's when you can get creative.
All that's left to do is decorate your cake with nuts and chocolate decorations, which you can make yourself or buy them from all good cake craft shops.
Here we are, a full-on productions, but worth it. A real symphony of taste and flavors. Life can't be more decadent than that.
For details of this dish and all recipes featured in the series and exclusive content, check out the website details at the end of the show. Next time, a melt-in-the-mouth hot ginger souffle. Eric has his work cut out on a winter baking course.
Okay, start straight for the beer.
And tarte tatin, without an apple in sight. We're winter baking when Glamour Puds continues.